In nature, time is ever-changing and magical. The light changes every hour, and with it the colors and subtle sensations. Each moment of the day is inhibited by insects, animals, and flowers that follow one another in a natural and ancient rhythm that marks time, days, and seasons. In this deck, we can follow the path of the sun and the moon through one day and one night. We'll meet fantastical and real creatures, guardians of the dawn, the twilight and deep night, and the distant shining moon. This deck is a journey through time, space, and dreams. Hey everyone, Summer with the Starry Sin, and I wanted to do a walkthrough pairing talk about the Magical Hours Tarot, which is brand new from US Games. The book is really thick, like even the pages are super thick, and it's got colored pages on the inside. This deck is a little bit different. I did go through the book, and the box is really good. It's the magnetic closure, but it's like a two-part box too, because then it also comes with this really thick top tuck box, but it's a really thick, sturdy box too. I'm not sure how I feel about the double boxing yet with US Games. Not completely sure. So what the author and illustrator have done is they have created it in the sense of a day. So the Major Arcana, the Fool, all the way to the World, is one whole day. It starts with the morning and goes all the way to the end, which is the night. And supposedly, and I haven't tried this yet, if you go ahead and lay them all out, that's what you'll get, is it'll go morning to night and then to the early twilights again, which is a really cool concept if you asked me. And then I have reordered the wands, all the suit cards, because they picked the suit that would best fit which time frame in the day. So your wands are going to be your morning. Okay. Your pentacles are going to be midday, which I found this all very, 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 very interesting, by the way. And then your cups are going to be like twilight hours, or not twilight hours, but it is kind of twilight. It's like the sun setting hours. And then your swords are your night, period, your dark night. Okay. So that's kind of how they have them set up. And I think it's brilliant, honestly. It looks amazing. So let's go ahead and do a little walkthrough and talk about the cards, and then we will do some pairings. So first is Super Glossy, which is not my favorite. It's also very thick cards. These cards are so thick. Let me see. I'm going to pause really fast and get another deck. All right, so we're going to go with the Golden Art Nuvo, because I don't have a lot of just general standard tarot decks. But the thickness is significant, if you can see that. It's definitely bigger than our standard tarot decks too. So there's that, and thicker. So this is a pretty bendy one, and this one, I mean, it has bend, but it's a thick cardstock. Super, super thick cardstock. Okay. So shuffling them is going to be very hard for me, because as you can see, they are a lot bigger than my hands. But let me zoom you in here just a little bit, and let's talk about these cards, because they are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Despite the fact that I don't like gloss, these cards are so freaking pretty. I love how the Fool is like tiptoeing on flowers. How brilliant is that, honestly? This is so magical. It just has me. And these backs, I don't even like red, but it just gives me that fairy feel. I can't help it. Mushrooms and stuff, I can't help it. The Magician, oh my goodness. This is so darn pretty. So pretty. Look at that. I love it. Okay. Here's the High Priestess. She's very ethereal feeling, very otherworldly feeling. All of them kind of are. I love that her staff is on fire in this card. Like, wow, that's pretty cool. The Emperor. That's an interesting Emperor. Like, I don't dislike it, but the bird head mask thingy's a little strange, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It kind of fits an Emperor feel. The Lovers, which again, you got this bird thing going on, and then you have a goat thing up here. So there's a really interesting play with animals and humans going on in this deck. The Chariot. I love the dandelions in this Chariot. I'm a dandelion person. Strength. She is so pretty, and I love her wings too. Oh my gosh. The Hermit. This is a fantastic hermit card in my opinion. I mean, the white, we're so used to seeing dark hermits, and the white in this hermit just kind of gives it a different feel for hermit energy. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. I like the wheel aspect, kind of compassy, but it has a better compassy aspect than the last deck, which seemed really strange to have the compass the way that it was. The Hierophant. This is like kind of like a pretty much inclusive deck. The eyes are interesting, especially since the Hierophant's like a teaching concept, knowledge, right? So maybe it's like a seeing of. And here's Justice with the semi-blindfold going on. Like if she opened her eyes, she really could see what was going on, right? The Hanged Man. Okay, this has got to be one of my most favorite Hanged Man. Look at the teacup. Look at the teacup. I mean, this is so fantastic. I don't even know how I feel about completely, but I love the fact that it's somebody who is, you know, doing her tea upside down. Like, that's just fantastic to me. It gives a completely different perspective and almost like an Alice in Wonderland kind of feel to it, just because it's so topsy-turvy, right? Death is interesting. I do like the artwork in it, and then I found this little tiny person down here, so almost like a blossoming that's coming up in spite of death, which is interesting. Temperance. The Devil. She is looking up at the devil, which is, I thought, an interesting concept. Like, she's looking up, but this one is specifically looking at the devil, and the devil's playing them a song while they're dancing to it. So, really interesting. There's some ideas going on in this deck that would play really well to some intuitiveness. Now, this isn't my favorite star card, but I still like it. The little ship down here. I'm not sure how I feel about that for the sense of hope that I like, but it is a very cute card still, and I like that they've just added this little element in there. The Moon, the Sun, the Eye again is like everything is open, you can see it all. Judgment. I found this one interesting because they're kind of like hiding behind walls, afraid of judgment, which is interesting. I like the World card. I like the World card. Okay, so that is our majors. So now we'll move on to wands. Now remember, all of these are supposed to be morning time. Okay. They're pretty, and I like how the wands are kind of there but not there. And this card is really like fantastical, otherworldly for the Three of Wands. Like she's going through things. There's a lot of motion in the Three of Wands for a 3 card anyways. Like I know that the Three of Pentacles has activity and the Three of Cups and everything, but the motion that's flowing through this card, I wouldn't have expected fish, really. And the Four of Wands is such a pretty card. I like the lanterns. The Five of Wands, I found this one so interesting because they're almost like Polaroids. They're like going opposite directions. There's a lot of opposition in this card, except for in the birds, which are going one direction. But like the people are going different directions. The wands are different colors and going in different directions. So there's a really interesting concept with the Five of Wands that I like here. Six of Wands, she's ready to go. Seven of Wands, definitely ready, you know, willing. She's got this little friend with her. The Nine of Wands, or sorry, Eight of Wands, I thought was really a different kind of concept. Usually you see like the 8 wands just hanging out there. And the fact that now it makes me question, is this stuff coming down from the wands into her chest, or is it coming out of her chest and into the wands or into the sky? So there's some play and some give in some of these. I do know that it is definitely based off RWS because it said so in the book, but it has give in all of this. The Nine of Wands, I liked that one. It's like a protection card. The Fire down here, oof, man, that's hard. Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands is so gorgeous, and I love the cat aspect. Yes. King of Wands, he's very strong, he's very regal. He's also very human, which a lot of the other kings are not. All right, so now we're moving into Pentacles. And this is supposed to be midday. So you've got midday flowers happening, the sun shining bright in a lot of the cards. The eyeball and the flower is weird for a Two of Pentacles, I think. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. The Three of Pentacles I really like. Like, this is upside down, though. So it's this concept of they're trying to figure it out together, working on the design, the actual way it's supposed to be put down, put into place. And I think that's a great way of putting perspective into the Three of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, actually, she seems a lot sweeter than in a lot of other decks for the Four of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles, I don't really feel like despair necessarily, but more like stranded. Not despair, but like definitely a sense of being stranded somewhere. Six of Pentacles is giving, but it also feels like I'm higher than you kind of feel to it. I like the Seven of Pentacles where she is watering her pentacles, where she is watering the things that she's put in. She's doing the tedious work in order to keep it going. The Eight of Pentacles for creativity is just brilliant. The Nine of Pentacles is so sweet. It's also the cover on the deck. I just love this card. It's probably one of my favorites. 10 of Pentacles, it follows that normal RWS 10 of Pentacles. Here's the Page of Pentacles. She's very pretty, and look at, she's like residing over the land down here, which is really interesting for a page, I think. The Knight of Pentacles, definitely ready but not rearing, right? Queen of Pentacles, she's steady. And here's the King of Pentacles, where you see now it is a man beast person, and he's got two people here. Interesting, right? All right, moving into Cups, which, you know, is our emotion, and it's going into like the twilight. So in the evening, the dusk, okay? I like the Ace of Cups. I like how the cup is filled with something. The Two of Cups, I like the polarity here. The yin yang that is happening in this, even in the cups, there's a yin yang going on even in the cups. I think the lion that's like presiding over them is also very interesting. The Three of Cups, I like the fish up there. This is such a like whimsy, fantastical kind of deck. Oh, the mermaid. And look at all the steam coming off these cups. It's like, I'm here for you. I'm there for you. Look at the flower growing out of the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups, you know, it's like turning your back on all the things, right? They're turning their back on what's already growing. How interesting is that? And like their head, they're thinking about other things. They're thinking about getting away and not paying attention to what's really there. That's a brilliant card. The Six of Cups, I love this. This is so pretty, so just whimsical, fae feeling to me. I like it. The Seven of Cups are interesting. I like that there's all these different options, all these different hopes. She's like looking out into the distance to all the hopeful stuff, the wish that could be there. The Eight of Cups, I'm not sure how I feel about the Eight of Cups. Like these cups are holding her up. She's flying over something. And I'm not really sure how I feel about that. The Nine of Cups, I do believe is supposed to be like your wish fulfillment card, and I don't really feel that from this deck, but I don't not feel that either because it's so mystical kind of feeling, like I can give you what you're wishing for kind of thing, so I think there's a different aspect at play. 10 of Cups is your fulfillment, obviously, which is that's a brilliant card. The Page of Cups, she's sitting on a fish, and she's drinking a fish. What? I like it, though. Like, it gives a different message towards like a page kind of feel. Knight of Cups, definitely ready to go. She is decked out. She is courageous. Queen of Cups, strong, rightfully in her element. I like that. There's the King of Cups. He's a wolf. And so, I mean, there's only one person that's a king in this deck, and that's in the Wands. All right, here's Swords. I really do like the darkness in the Swords. This is supposed to be your night, your Dark of Night. It's very ethereal and fae feeling still to me, especially, you know, with the mermaids and stuff like that going on, but I really like this deck. The cards are absolutely stunning. They're so beautiful and very dreamy, very, you know, things are going on and you can intuitively interpret it through the cards. I like it. The Six of Swords, I like that she's holding the moon in that. Seven of Swords, one of them is falling while she's going up. So like she's getting away from things. She's taking what she can and getting out, even though things are falling. The Eight of Swords, I also like this. I like the flowers around her neck too. I'm not sure how I feel about the representation of the flowers around her neck, but I think that intuitively I can get on board with it. The Nine of Swords, the demon over the person for the nightmare, and it reminds me so much of the nightmare picture. That's an old, very old picture with the nightmare sitting on top of the woman, only this time the back is turned towards the nightmare, so it's almost like he's whispering in her ear. Okay, this Ten of Swords is brilliant, okay? This is there's so much relief, it feels like, in this card to me. I love it. I love the relief because the flower coming down, the flower's like, it's done. It's over. You're done. And she could feel it. She's ready to let go. She's ready to just be done with it. And I like that so much. Page of Swords, strong, ready to just, do what she needs to do if you come at her kind of thing. I don't feel messages from that card. Or maybe the message would be don't, what is it? F around and find out. That's kind of what that page is giving me. Knight of Swords, she's ready. She's ready to go. She's got her wings out and everything. Queen of Swords, she knows. Look at those eyes. She sees even if you don't think she sees. I love that. Because her eyes are also covered. Love that. And then here is your King of Swords, which is the stag. And he's such a strong presence, but he's also kind of more human too. So really interesting cards. I like them a lot. I'm excited to use them with all my other decks. I did pick several oracles to pair this with that I thought would look good. So I'm going to get those and we're going to see. Maybe I'll just go ahead and give this a shuffle. Let's see what oracle will go with it. I'm going to zoom you out just a bit. Okay, I'll be right back with some oracle decks. All right, the first one is the Botanical Dreams Oracle. I thought would look really good with it, just based off the art style and coloring. This one isn't as glossy as that one, though. So let's take a look. Ooh, that is pretty. Oh, that is so pretty. I think the coloring in this deck is a good match. I definitely think the coloring is a good match. Cycles of Life, Five of Cups, curate your life. So that's an interesting concept, right? Especially with the Five of Cups. I mean, this kind of reading can really be drawn into something. Like she might be, just because she's looking that way, she could just be continuing around a cycle that she doesn't need to be cycling anymore. And then the curate your life, like you are what you decide. I like that. That is pretty good. I'm on board with it, honestly. I think the decks together are very beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, you cannot get better. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. So I'm going to say yes to Botanical Dreams, and we're going to move forward with the other decks because I have several here. All right, so the next one I thought we could try is the Sacred Forest Oracle. This is a Hay House. The Botanical Dreams was a US Games. So, all right. That's pretty cool already, guys. That's pretty cool already. I could like that. I think it could work. Oh, so pretty. These are not glossy. These are matte. So you can definitely see the gloss there for sure. What interesting readings could become, going through this. Spirit Guardian of Autumn, Letting Go, the Hermit, and Pure Spirit of Purification. I like the flow that comes from that. It's really pretty with it. I think I still prefer the Botanical Dreams with it so far. I think the Botanical Dreams is my ultimate choice at this point. Very pretty. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, so the next one I thought of is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Again, mainly because of the artwork, but we shall actually see. And this is a rock pool deck. I need to give it a little tiny shuffle because I haven't really done much with this deck. All right. Now that's interesting. Self-reflection, judgment, and then patience. And look at all of those circles. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, yes. That matches way better than I was anticipating, actually. Like a whole lot better than I was anticipating. It's got a feel to it, like they just kind of flow into each other, which I find very, very surprising. Very surprising. Four of Pentacles, release, and blossoming flowers. Oh my gosh. She kind of feels like that, right? Like both a release and a blossom at the same time. Like that feels that way to me. Oh, how pretty. This is a really good match. A surprisingly good match. I'm on board. Now I don't know which one I like better. I don't know if I like Botanical Dreams or if I like this one better, because wow, they really do just go better together than I thought they would. Absolutely stunning. Look at that. Look at the artwork that way. I mean, just wow. I am very much impressed. Look at that. Okay. Oh, my mind is totally blown. So then you've got the Four of Wands, beginnings, and then assessing. My goodness. My goodness. Okay. Moving on. This one is also a glossy deck. All right. Moving on to the last one that I have is the Land of Giants Oracle deck. This is, well, no, not the last one. It's the next to the last one. I've got two more. Sorry. So the Land of the Giants is the next one. Sorry, I'm just dropping things everywhere. And again, the artwork just felt like it would match. Honestly, it just felt like it would match. So we're going to find out. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. These are very pretty together. Wowza. I am impressed. Thoroughly, thoroughly impressed. Interesting. I don't know how I'd feel about the readings. You know, misadventures and promises. I mean, that could be an interesting Two of Wands, right? Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. So, while the artwork seems pretty to me, I'm not sure the actual readings would fall for me, maybe. Climbing the Scale, Queen of Wands, and Completeness. That could work. That could definitely work. And look at all the cats. I mean, there's definitely potential with this deck to match together well. That's pretty. That's pretty. Forget-me-nots, Unnoble in the World. That's pretty. Very pretty. Yeah. I think they could play very well together. But I would have to try it for sure out, like full-on reading kind of thing in order to know for sure. But my guess is I could probably make it work if I want to. Can't we make almost any deck work if we really want to, right? And then the final deck that I have for this is the Fey Whispers deck from Rochelle at Amethyst Ascension. This one right here. I don't know, just something about it was like, yes, we can play together. All right. So already we have Clairsentience, Fairy Scent, the smell of botanicals are a sign the fair close at hand. The Ten of Pentacles and Fairy Tale, live your story, let your life be a magical adventure, which is beautiful together, honestly. They do work. Look at those moons, how they just popped out like that. Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. I think this deck would do really well with this too. But this makes my choice like so much harder now, because which deck do you choose? I mean, obviously I'd work with all of them, right? Not just a singular one. But holy cow, so many go so well with this deck. I'm pleasantly surprised by it. And I'm very glad that I am, because I wasn't sure what I'd be able to find to go together with this deck if I could, you know. My list of decks are very curated to very Fae-orientated materials, so I'm glad it could work well with my Fae decks. I do think that is a huge blessing for me because, you know, that's what I work a lot with is Fae stuff. But it's very pretty together too. I think it's definitely workable. I don't know which one I would choose. This is so hard. There's just so many different options, and they're all very, very pretty. How am I supposed to choose one? Look at that. It's just gorgeous. Okay, So what would you choose? Let me know down in the comments which deck you would actually choose, because I have absolutely no clue, but they're all really good together. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I will fan these out so you can see how they fan really quick. Not too bad for a glossy deck, honestly. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a very great day.